Hey everyone! Today, I'm super excited to share with you a classic dessert that's not only delicious but also surprisingly easy to make at home: Boston cream pie. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Isn't it a cake? Well, technically, it's a pie, but it's really more like a cake with layers of creamy custard and rich chocolate ganache. Trust me, it's a total crowd pleaser, and you'll want to impress your friends and family with this one. So, let's dive in. First things first, let's gather our ingredients. You'll need some basic pantry staples, so no need to panic. For the cake, you're going to want 1½ cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup of butter, 2 large eggs, 1 cup of milk, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and a pinch of salt. Easy enough, right? Now, for the filling, we'll need 1 cup of heavy cream, 1 cup of milk, 1/2 cup of sugar, 3 egg yolks, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And for the chocolate ganache topping, grab 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips and 1/2 cup of heavy cream. Got everything? Awesome! Let's get started with the cake. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. While that's warming up, you can grease and flour 2 9-inch round cake pans. This step is crucial because we don't want our beautiful cakes to stick to the pans when we're ready to take them out. In a large mixing bowl, cream together the butter and sugar until it's light and fluffy. This usually takes about 3 to 5 minutes. It's a great arm workout, too. Once that's done, add in the eggs one at a time, mixing well after each addition. Then, slowly incorporate the milk. It's going to look a bit weird at first, but don't worry, it'll all come together beautifully. In a separate bowl, whisk together the flour, baking powder, and salt. Gradually add the dry ingredients to the wet mixture, stirring until just combined. You don't want to overmix, or your cake will end up tough. We're going for light and fluffy here, folks. Now, divide the batter evenly between the 2 prepared pans and pop them in the oven. Bake for about 25 to 30 minutes, or until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. While those are baking, let's move on to the custard filling. In a medium saucepan over medium heat, combine the heavy cream, milk, and half of the sugar. Stir it occasionally until it's warm but not boiling. In another bowl, whisk together the egg yolks, cornstarch, and the remaining sugar until it's smooth. Once the milk mixture is warm, gradually pour it into the egg mixture, whisking constantly to prevent the eggs from scrambling. Now, pour that mixture back into the saucepan and cook it over medium heat, stirring constantly until it thickens. This usually takes about 5 to 7 minutes. You'll know it's ready when it coats the back of a spoon. Remove it from the heat and stir in the vanilla extract. Transfer the custard to a bowl, cover it with plastic wrap, and let it cool. Don't forget to press the wrap directly onto the surface of the custard to prevent a skin from forming. By now, your cakes should be done baking. Let them cool in the pans for about 10 minutes before transferring them to a wire rack to cool completely. Patience is key here, folks. We don't want to rush this process. Once the cakes are cool, it's time to assemble our Boston cream pie. Place 1 layer of the cake on a serving plate. Spread the cooled custard on top, making sure to leave a little space around the edges so it doesn't ooze out when you add the second layer. Then, carefully place the second cake layer on top. Now, let's make that luscious chocolate ganache. In a small saucepan, heat the heavy cream over medium heat until it's just about to simmer. Remove it from the heat and add the chocolate chips. Let it sit for a couple of minutes, then stir until it's completely smooth and glossy. If you want to take it to the next level, you can add a pinch of salt for that sweet and salty combo. Pour the ganache over the top of the cake, allowing it to drip down the sides. It's okay if it's a little messy, that's part of the charm. You can use a spatula to spread it evenly if you want a more polished look. Now comes the best part, the tasting. But before you dive in, let the ganache set for about 30 minutes. This will make slicing easier and keep everything in place. When you're ready to serve, grab a sharp knife and cut yourself a generous slice. Just look at those layers. The fluffy cake, creamy custard, and rich chocolate. What's not to love? I promise you, every bite is pure bliss. And there you have it, folks. A homemade Boston cream pie that's sure to impress anyone who tries it. Whether it's for a birthday, a dinner party, or just because you're craving something sweet, this dessert is a winner. Remember, cooking is all about having fun, so don't stress if things don't go perfectly the first time. Just enjoy the process and, most importantly, enjoy the delicious results. Thanks for joining me today. If you try making this Boston cream pie at home, let me know how it turns out in the comments below. Happy baking, everyone!